It is time to play my TBR game again, and I can't wait to see what books it gives me this month. Hi, my name is Jeanette, and I want to thank you for joining me on the channel Jane Reads. So today I am going to be playing my October TBR game and picking the 6 books that I plan to read in October. Now, normally, before I start a TBR game, I kind of review what I read in September. I'm not going to do that today because I will just tell you, September hasn't been the best reading month. And right now, it's a little bit questionable if I will finish my September TBR. Most likely I will, but it is questionable. So, we're just going to dive right in. So, I play one round of Katie's Around the World board game to get the first book. And then I spin my TBR wheel 5 times to get the next 5 books. When I spin the wheel, though, I take off the 5 prompts from the month before, and then add on the 5 prompts from the month prior to that. So I always have 35 prompts on my wheel. I hope that made somewhat of a sense. So I'm taking off the prompts that I got in September, and I'm adding on the prompts that I had in August that were taken off when I did September's game. That's clear? Clear as mud, right? Okay, so I have 35 prompts on my wheel. So the ones that I took off, just to let you know, are a new to me author, the oldest on my TBR, which I'm thankful to have that one taken off this month, released last year, a book from my TBR bingo board, which I was kind of sad to take that one off because I really need to read some of those books, and a sequel. Okay, so in regard to needing or what I want to read in October, I posted a video on the 25th. So the last video I posted was my TBR possibilities for the Journey Through the Bible Readathon. So I talked about quite a few books in that video that I was hoping to get onto this TBR. We'll see what happens. So those are kind of the ones that I'm keeping in mind for this. But I'm also participating in Chantel Reads All Day, her yearly reading challenge. And the prompt for October is, I want to find it so I don't mess up the language. So it's based on the book that you read in September for the reading-thon, for the reading challenge. And it says it's the first letter of the author's last name is the first letter of the title. Now, I have not read my September book yet, and I'm hoping to get to it. I really hope to get to it. So if I can get that book read, I need a book that starts with H. So I do have a book in mind for that. If I don't read my September's book, then I need to come up with a new book, and I may have to come up with a new book for October. We'll see. Then I'm also participating in Oshina's Christian Romance Reading Challenge for the year, and October's prompt is a historical. Well, that should be fairly simple for me, so we'll see how that goes. But let's go to the board game first, and let's play around and see what prompt I get for that. Okay, so where this post-it note on this cloud is where I left off last time. So let's roll the dice. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So another cloud prompt. Do I take the one that fell out? No. Okay, so an item I would pack on the cover. Ooh, this is going to be difficult. I got an item I would pack. And this was hard because a lot of my books don't have items on the cover. So I may be stretching it a little bit, but this is something I packed, sort of, in my September vacation because we were going to warm locations. Now, if we were going somewhere where it was cooler, I probably wouldn't have packed it, but I did this time, and I did last September when we went on vacation. So I mean, I packed it 2 vacations in a row, so I think it counts. And so for that, I chose Hope Between the Pages by Pepper Basham, which is my H book that I was really hoping to get onto this list. And it has a black dress on it. And I mean, this is a long sleeve black dress, but I packed a black dress. I mean, I packed pretty much all dresses. Not all. I mean, I did wear other stuff, but especially in warm weather, I live in dresses. And so, yeah. So this is an item I would pack. I mean, I would also pack paper because, yeah, I love to write notes and stuff. So, yeah, this is what I'm picking for that. And this is dual timeline. And it says, uncover the story behind a 100-year-old bookish love note. So from what I understand, the people in the contemporary timeline find a 100-year-old love note and kind of uncovering the secrets behind that love note. We'll see. I can't wait to read this one. I've heard really good things about it. Okay, so let's go to my computer and go for spin number 1. I just realized I left them in alphabetical order, but this is how we're going today because usually I shuffle them, but oh well. Okay, so we got lowest rated. Okay, that's a little scary, but we'll see. So I'm going to bring up Goodreads. I'm not ready to start a series. I don't have all the books in the series. I can't start that series. So the lowest rated on my Goodreads is Rules of Murder by Juliana Deering. This is rated 3.71. But as I said, I don't want to start a series. This is book 1 of a 6-book series, and I only have 5 of the books. So I don't really want to start with this one. So my next lowest rated book is The Great Christmas Bowl by Susan May Warren. And this is a pretty short book, and it's a Christmas themed book, so that will fit with one of the prompts for the readathon. It's not the book I picked for that prompt, but it will fit for it. And it is a book that is on one of my priority reads for the year. And it has come up on my TBR game, I think, maybe in April or in May. And I was like, it's way too early to read a Christmas book, so I vetoed that. So I think this is the one I'm going to choose. Because October, I can deal with reading a Christmas book. I mean, I read a Christmas book in September, so I can read one in October. So this is the book I'm going to add. And it says, Christmas is a magical season, except for this year. Marianne Wallace loves the holidays, from dressing the tree to her traditional Christmas dinner. It's all about creating memories for her family. But when her children begin to leave home and their traditions behind, she has one last chance to create a holiday they'll never forget. Unfortunately, she's soon in over her head, and one impulse decision leads to a string of events that will change the way her family, even her small Minnesota town, sees the Christmas season. So, we'll see. This is the one I'm going to read. Let's spin for book number 3. Over 400 pages. Okay, one of the prompts on the Journey Through the Bible is a book over 400 pages. So a big book. So I am going to pick the book that I picked for that one, and that is Trial and Error by Robert Whitlow. It is a legal fiction, and I've really enjoyed Robert Whitlow's writing. And yeah, that is the one I'm going to read. And at this time, I can't really think much about it. What it's about. It's a small town lawyer whose daughter went missing 18 years ago, and now another girl, can't remember, has gone missing, and he is determined to help find answers. So, yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. As I said, I've really enjoyed Robert Whitlow's writing. I really enjoy legal books, so yeah. Let's spin for book number 4. Wow, okay, a 5+ word title. This might take me a little while to find something. Let's see. So I was going to say, how ironic is it that I have 5 books that have 5 words in the title? But then I forgot about my James Herriot collection, which is the white books here, and some of them do have 5+ words in the title, and even book 1 is 5 words, if only they could talk. So the 5 books that I saw and pulled off my shelf are The Judge Who Stole Christmas by Randy Singer, The Solid Grounds Coffee Company by Carla Lorando, The Saturday Night Supper Club by Carla Lorando, The Fifth Avenue Story Society by Rachel Hauck, and More Than Words Can Say by Karen Whitmire. Okay, so out of the 5 books that I thought, I was going to read this one as a possibility for the readathon, but I've already put a Christmas book on my list. So I'm like, I don't know. Then the Saturday Night Supper Club was another option for the readathon because it has food on the cover. But I don't really want to start another series. I want to finish the series I'm in right now. And it's not one of my priority reads for the year. So, I don't know. And the Fifth Avenue Story Society is one of my priority reads that I want to reread this year. So, but I really kind of want to read this one as well. But this one is not on any of my lists of really needing to reread this year. And then I remember my James Herriot. I'm like, I really want to get to these books. And these books are another short books. So I'm like, I'm tempted. But it also doesn't fit any of the prompts. So I'm going to be nice to myself and kind of work on my goals. And I'm going to go with The Fifth Avenue Story Society by Rachel Hauck. As I said, I have read this one in the past. I think I read it in 2020, 2019, something like that. But I rated it 5 stars, but I didn't leave a review for it. I'm like, why did I love it so much? I do remember really enjoying it. And so, yeah. And it says, an invitation to join the Fifth Avenue Story Society gives 5 New York strangers a chance to rewrite their own stories. So, and I really enjoy a lot of Rachel Hauck's books, so this is the one I'm going to read. And I mean, like, it's such a gorgeous cover with the books and the window looking in, kind of like on the library. Yeah, so that's the one I'm going to read. Let's spin for book number 5. Finish a series. What books, what series am I almost done that I just need to read 1 or 2 books to finish the series? At this point in time, I can only think of a few series that I'm even like kind of in the midst of that I even have the capacity to finish them at this time because they're completed or to even get caught up to date. My first one, the one that I'm working my way through, is Hope Harbor. I still need to read books 7, 8, and 9, but I only own books 7 and 8. I don't own book 9 yet, and book 10 is being released in next spring. So I'm like, even if I read 7 and 8, that's not finishing a series. So then I'm like, okay, I do have the Becky Wade series, The Misty River. I have read book 1, and so I have books 2 and 3 to read plus the novella. So I'm like, okay, well, that's a possibility. But then I also remembered I have book number 19 of the Psalm 23 mystery series by Debbie Vigay. I have read book 1 to 18 in the past. So I have book 19. I could read that one, but technically that series is not finished because there are going to be 23 books in that series. But 19 is the most recent release, and we don't have release dates for the last 3 books. So I'm like, okay, that's probably the one that's probably the best to finish, like to put on the list. But I'm also like, kind of wanted to read it in September, but if I don't finish my September TBR, I can't add another book for September. Oh, decisions. But do I really want to add 2 more books with the Becky Wade book? Decisions. What do I do? Okay. What I'm going to do is I am going to put Follow Me by Debbie Vigay in this spot. That is what I'm going to do, because that will finish off the series. It will give me as up to date as I can get at this point in time. So for that book, it says, there's not really much of a description on Goodreads. It says, in the 19th installment of the Psalm 23 Mystery series, April Fool's Day turns deadly. So in this one, we are following a church secretary in book 1. She comes across a dead body in the sanctuary and begins working with the police. And then kind of over the course of the series, there is an ongoing mystery kind of that is being revealed as each book. In addition to other cases happening in each book. But then there's a carryover case the whole way through. And I've really enjoyed following Cindy, who is the church secretary, and kind of seeing her grow from kind of the timid church secretary at the very beginning, kind of into somebody who is much stronger, has more determination than she ever thought, and was able to handle a lot more than she thought. And I've really enjoyed seeing her grow and watch a relationship grow for her. So yeah, that's the book I'm going to read. Let's spin for the final book, book number 6. A 5-star prediction. Okay. Well, let me get my list out. And I am pretty sure I've already added 2 5-star predictions to this month's TBR. Okay, so my 5-star predictions are Malicious Intent by Lynn H. Blackburn, Trial and Error by Robert Whitlow, so that one is on this TBR, Love on Ice by Carolyn Miller, The Lines Between Us by Amy Lynn Green, and Hope Between the Pages by Pepper Basham, which is on this TBR already as well. So, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I am going to read The Lines Between Us by Amy Lynn Green because it is a historical fiction and I need a historical book for Oshina's reading challenge for the prompt. So this is going to be the one I'm going to read. The 6 books that are on my October TBR, they are Hope Between the Pages by Pepper Basham for the prompt, An Item I Would Pack. Then for my lowest rated book, I'm going to read The Great Christmas Bowl by Susan May Warren. For over 400 pages, I'm going to read Trial and Error by Robert Whitlow. For a 5+ word title, I'm going to read The Fifth Avenue Story Society by Rachel Hauck. And for Finish a Series, I'm going to read Follow Me by Debbie Vigay. And for a 5-star prediction, I'm going to read The Lines Between Us by Amy Lynn Green. So we have a dual timeline, a contemporary, a historical, a legal, and a mystery, which has romance in it. So a romantic suspense, really. So I kind of covered almost all my genres except for nonfiction, which I don't read a lot of it. So this is like kind of my main genres. So that's a really good variety in the month of October. And hopefully October is a very successful reading month. Come back for my October wrap-ups and we'll find out how well it went. And this month we'll get 3 5-star predictions off my list. So then I only have 2 left and I can wrap up and pick 5 more 5-star predictions. So we'll see. I might finish this 5-star prediction a lot sooner than I finished the first round. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel, and let's chat in the comments below. What do you plan on reading in the month of October? And do you plan on taking part in any readathons? Let me know. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.